All right, before I go any further, what the video originally was going to do, this is go out to my daughter, Bella Lynn. I just now reading your message because I'm not on Facebook as much. I'm really not. And I just read your message, sweetheart. And I'm going to say this. There's a lot that you don't know about what went on with the family, okay? And your siblings try to tell you, I try to tell you, but you don't want to listen. So you want to put that shit on my on one of my posts. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I love all my kids. All my kids. I'm not that type of mother that just like any other mother out here. Women out here, young girls, they had these kids and they throw their babies off to their moms and family members, and they won't go out to hang with Tom, Dick, and Harry. They won't go out and party and stuff like that. See, I'm that type of mom. When I had my kids, I was always there at home. Always there at home. And your dad, your father was the only person I had ever been with in my life. Always been with. We both had told us 6 children, 6 beautiful children out of that relationship, okay? And we got married. So I love all my kids. So you cannot put up there what you had just said on that post, okay? Because I read that. And that's totally garbage. I'm going to say this, though. You better talk to my mom. Because when my mom and your daddy collided one time on the phone, she made a threat out to him. She told him flat out, your kid's going to end up in the system. Okay? That was a threat that she made out to your dad. But she failed to realize that when she said that to him, those my kids too as well. And like I told y'all daddy a long time ago when y'all was young, leave my mom alone. Because my mom could be a trickery person. When she says she's going to do something, she'll do it. And boy, did she ever did it. I got this at my door. 2 workers at my door. All because he want to argue with my mom. It's a lot that you don't know about my mom. Okay? And so I always been there for my kids. Since you want to put that on Facebook. See, on my last video, that's why I said what I said. Ain't nothing but an internet war with the family. So what you need to do, sweetheart, take time out to find out what really had went on, what happened, why you ended up in the situation that you ended up in. Because I can sit up here and tell you, your sister knows the truth. You know what? When she came upstairs, there was one time we were staying down on Dunlap, over the round on Dunlap. Her, my mom, they was outside talking. It was something that my mom told her when she came upstairs and said that she wasn't spitting in my mom's face because she just found out the truth of what happened, who caused it, who started it. It was never ever me, sweetheart. It was never ever me. Never. I fought for my kids. Y'all was that close coming back until somebody threw a wedge in that. Okay? So you sit up there and believe the system, okay? Because they brainwash you anyway. That's what the system do. That's what Cincinnati does. That's why when I was going through that problem and that mess, that's why I put the department on the internet. Okay? That's when I went viral with my stuff. I did blogs. Okay? I put Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services on. I put them out there. What they was doing to the family. They know what they was doing this particular family wrong. I was always there for my family. I always work. I'm not that type of mom. Like I said, I get out here and do things what other parents do. No, I'm about my family. And I'm about my relationships too. But see, you let people put garbage into your ears, into your brain, and now you all messed up, you jacked up, and you brainwashed. Because you allowed the system to tell you anything about your family. I'm quite sure they probably say your mom this, your mom that, your daddy this, your daddy that. But no, I try to reach out to you. No, it's you that believe the garbage that the people had told you. That's what the system does. The system damaged children. Okay? That's what Jobs and Family Services do. They destroy families. They don't help families. They don't. They don't even try to get families back because y'all are money upon to them. Y'all are a money thing to the system. That's why these foster parents out here, they make money the way they do. And half these foster parents really don't give a damn about you foster kids out here. And they don't. That's why they become foster parents, so they can make that extra money for their family and barely take care of the foster kids. Because I'm going to say this, it's only 5% of good foster parents out there that really do take care of foster kids. Where the other percentage, they don't care. That's why y'all get into a situation where y'all get abused more and more and more and not being taken care of properly. I had always wanted to try to give you a hug. I always wanted to try to talk to you. We just ran into each other up in Kroger's, about a month ago? And I'm doing this little shopping thing. Hi, Tamara. What kind of shit is that? It was not no hello, mom, and nothing. Here's your grandson. You ain't introduced me to your grandson, but the nigga that you with, he look like he a homeless looking type of man. That's what I seen. Yo, you both looked horrible. So if it goes as far as when you see me out and about, you gotta call me by my first name, baby. You don't even got to talk to me. You don't even got to say nothing to me. Just keep it moving, keep it going. You gotta disrespect me like that. This is what I do. See, this is how I handle disrespect. So don't go out putting that garbage on my wall. I started to delete that. I said, you know what? I'm going to leave it up there if that's how the way you feel about me. You think I'm a horrible person. No, I ain't no horrible person. I love my kids. I love my family. But it's you, the main one who's jacked up and fucked up and brainwashed right about now. You ain't taking time out to get to know anything. You ain't taking time out to try to reunite with your family. You're not doing none of that. You're miserable. That's all. You're miserable. Then you up here, you threaten to do harm to your kids. Now you got what? How many kids you got that's putting up for adoption? Then you beat up guys. What kind of stuff is that? Baby, you messed up. It ain't me. It ain't me, sweetheart. My kids are here. Your siblings are here with me. I got a grandson that's here with me. And we doing swell. No, I ain't the horrible person. You the horrible daughter. Right about now. So before you post up anything about me and say all these bad things about me, try to make me look bad as a human being, you need to check yourself first. Instead of letting that system fill your head up with all this garbage. Because they doing a hell of a good job. And they sitting back laughing. We could tell her anything. We could tell this child this, tell this child, your mama this, your mama that, your daddy this, your daddy that. Oh, they don't care nothing about you. Did they ever tell you how hard and how I fought, how hard I try to fight to get y'all back? They ain't tell you none of that. Not at all. They ain't telling you none of that. See, they're hiding the fact. They knew that they messed up. They knew. So what you need to do, you need to go find my mom. You need to go talk to my mom and ask her exactly what her and your daddy got into an argument about and why she did the things that she did, okay? I ain't put y'all in the system. Okay? It was the false allegations. to come and see me and talk to me, you will know the truth before you put that on the internet. Because trust me, I read that. I don't even feel no type of way, to be honest with you. What I see is someone who's messed up and miserable, who's angry over nothing. You messed up mad because you know they done put a whole lot of stuff in your ear and just messed your brain up. That's all. Everybody else knows the truth. They do. And Miss Wesselman and them, Mr. Sears, all of them, they know exactly what they was doing. Why you think your brother's dead right about now? Laying in the coffin, in the ground, dead. Children's Services got something to do with that. Why you think he ain't here now? That's why I did what I did and did the blogs that I did. I put the department out there. Nobody don't have the guts and balls that I do to put the department out there the way I did. It bothered that woman so bad, she had to make copies of every blog that I did against the department. I even named names of caseworkers, the GAL, everybody. Can you make Miss Smith stop doing this and that? You know what that judge told her? Freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. As long as Miss Smith ain't making no threats, Miss Smith could talk. She can say whatever she want to say. Just like they did what they did. They went to court and they lied. False allegations and everything. I don't do drugs. I don't get out here and do nothing illegal. I don't get out here and commit no crimes. I don't start fights. I'm not no violent person. I was raised right. It just happened so. What happened between your daddy and my mom, that did it right there. Okay? That did it. So, before you put anything, like I said, on the internet and try to make me look bad and feel bad, I'm going to tell you right now, it don't. It don't. Because there's a lot of people out here that really actually knows the truth of what really went on. And yes, we went through a horrible thing with DHS. And still to this day, they still mark people, they label people as being a bad person. Because they know they did wrong. They don't help no families get back together. Why you think they had visitations and all, trying to put families? What they're doing is, yeah, the parents, they go on visitation with their kids, try to get kids back. Then you got to go to classes just to get your kids back, just to prove that you're this and you're that. Prove that you're a good parent. Making sure that you got a good place, a home to provide, food in the house. I had already had that. Never in my life been homeless. Never. Never in my life ever got put out, evicted like a lot of people do. Never ever put somebody first before my kids.
Like changing the look and functionality of your kitchen for less with Kitchen Saver. Get the kitchen of your
They was grasping for whatever, try to make me look bad as a parent.
Call Kitchen Saver today and save up to $1.
But I kept my head up, stay strong.
Don't wait. Get your dream.
No matter what obstacles and whatever missiles, grenades, C4s, whatever they was trying to throw at me to bring me down. Because they didn't. It hurt like hell. But I stayed strong. So you don't know what the hell I went through trying to get y'all back. Okay? Family so messed up and jacked up. Now I got grandkids that's in the system. Grandkids I will never ever get a chance to see. But I got one grandchild here. You, in most cases, is the horrible parent. So I ain't never ever try to threaten to do harm to my kids like you doing with your kids. My kids ain't never ended up permanently being put up for adoption like your kids are. Okay, Miss Bella Lynn? I take care of my family. Only thing I just do is sit back and watch the garbage that be put up on the internet about me being a bad parent this and a bad parent that. Baby, I got 6 jobs and I'm always tired. Maybe that's probably the reason why I can't get out here, meet no one, date no one, this, date no one, because probably the internet, the negativity of the internet. But it's fine though. But one day, someday, God is going to bless me. And that person going to see beyond that. But until then, Tamara focusing on me. I'm focused on Tamara. To better myself. Do good. Got a nice place. Got 2 cars. 2 vehicles. Yes, 2 vehicles. And one day, I'm going to be working on getting a house. That's what I'm going to be working on. Oh, that's my shirt underneath. You know, I'm going to say this. And it hurts like hell, and I think about it every day. This caseworker, she was an African caseworker. Maybe because I may feel a certain way about, some Africans. This was a very hateful woman. She set your brother up, Dion, for downfall. For all the kids I had, Dion was the only child that had a disability, a speech impairment and a disability. Child always loved to go to school. Always loved to go to school. You couldn't even get him to stay home when he was sick. The child even wanted to go to school while he was sick. That's how much he wanted to learn. And the school he went to was Washington Park. But he could no longer go to Washington Park because of his learning disability. But he was smart, though. He was smart. Then he went to VLT Academy, whatever that school was. That used to be in that building, that place that used to be called Sun Furniture or whatever, down on Central Parkway. VLT Academy, I think that's what it was called. And the people that owned that school was two good people, husband and wife, that ran that school. 2 wonderful people. Despite what had happened to them and what went on, I never, looked down on them because they was 2 wonderful people and what they did for families. But anyway, your brother was in Forest Park, foster home in Forest Park. This ended up on the news. And this is what this caseworker did. Can the kids go swimming? No. None of my kids cannot go swimming unless I am there. I have to be there because things will happen. This woman went against my wishes. Dion ain't never been in no swimming pool ever in his life. Really, none of y'all have. None of y'all have. So, this lady, Marita Justice, I think this was her name, gave the okay for your brother to go into a pool in Forest Park, somebody's house. Dion's supposed to get into a deep part of the pool. He panicked because there was no bottom. He couldn't feel the pool. He couldn't feel it. Anybody's gonna panic when you can't feel the floor of the pool. So just imagine your brother trying to get out. He panics. He's in a certain part of the pool. He's nowhere near to reach the wall to pull himself out. So he panics. He's fighting for his life. But another child there was with him. But the owner of the pool couldn't swim. How in the hell do you have a pool in your backyard of your house? You cannot swim. Let alone if something was to happen, to jump in and get somebody out. You as a foster parent, you got a pool and you don't have life vests just in case. The story is, it took paramedics to get him out, to start his heart again. To start his heart. His birthday is November the 13th. And every year when November the 13th rolls around, it breaks my heart. When November, the month of November hits, I change. Okay? I don't want to be bothered with nobody. The entire month of November. They start his heart. He's flown to Children's Hospital. Miss Bella Lynn. Nobody contacted me. That was the night I was going to work. I was walking to work. Living on Dunlap. I ain't had no bus fare or nothing. I had to walk from Old Orion to Sherman Avenue. And that night when I was walking to work, instead of me going this one direction, someone told me go this way. I was walking by Children's Hospital. I was looking at that building. It was like I was feeling something. It was like I was feeling something. Someone was trying to tell me something that night. I was feeling something. Something wasn't right. Well, I'm walking this way to work. But I kept looking at the building, Children's Hospital. I ain't getting no call about my son. The department didn't call my son. The department didn't call me. What I'm trying to say. The department didn't call me. Or my husband at the time. I worked that night. From 11 to 7. I get home that morning. There's a piece of paper in my door. Say to call. I asked your daddy, look at this. Where does this come from? Call ASAP. Call ASAP. We call. Come to find of the worker was that put that paper in the door didn't have the balls and guts enough to knock on the door to let my husband at the time know a terrible accident had happened. Let alone did nobody even call. So you gonna say I'm a bad parent? You better look at the department how the way they treat families, baby. I call that number. Go to Children's Hospital. Dion drowned. He had an accident. Get to Children's Hospital. He's fighting for his life. I was like, oh my God, Dion, we here. We here. And they say, what happened? He had swelling on the brain. Depends on how long, he was in that water. There was one occasion I seen a tear stream from his eyes. It was like he could have went like that. But it was a waiting game. Children's Hospital did everything that they could. Okay. For the first few hours, days, whatever. Okay. The entire time, child just lay there like a vegetable. Just lay there like a vegetable. No response, no nothing. No movement, no nothing. Tube down his throat to help him breathe. Eventually they had given him a feeding tube. Then he ended up with a trach. This caseworker never apologized for a damn thing. Never. Never. Your brother survived 8 months after that, and he was making a comeback. He went to Parkside Nursing Home. Parkside Nursing Home, and I forever hate that place. I forever hate that place. Eventually, that nursing home ended up with a lawsuit. I remember a family suing Parkside Nursing Home. Supposed to be like, they family member, some had like a wound or something with maggots or whatever in there. $1,000,000 lawsuit, wherever the case may be. This nursing home failed to keep Dion clean, keep his face clean and stuff like that. It was like, why my son's this way, why he got a body odor. So it took for me, when I went to go visit him, to clean my own son up. Keep his face clean and everything. Couldn't take nothing to the nursing home for him because I already know how AIDS do and what AIDS operate, because I'm an AIDS myself. Then I called state. Just like any other loved ones out here will call state when the nursing home don't do right. Then he ended up with a bed sore on his coccyx area. Stage 3. Casework at the time. I'll call him Mr. T, but I ain't gonna say his name. He was on the case. He helped get the family back home. But went on and pulled Dion at the nursing home because he made a visit one time. 2 aides at night shift making out. He seen that. Pulled Dion at the nursing home. And at the same time, too, the nursing home staff was so mean and cruel. I ain't gonna never forget the nurse at Parkside Nursing Home just called to check on my son. She was so mean and cruel and hung up on me. I ain't gonna never forget that. I guess that's why I feel the way about how I feel about certain nurses out here. And that's why I talk about AIDS the way I do. Because my experience is what my son went through in a nursing home. And I guess that's why I'm the aide that I am today. Not only because of my son, because what happened to my grandfather when he was in the hospital and how the way they did him. See, I care. I have a caring heart. I care for my patients. I go far beyond as an aide. You know, most people don't. So Dion was moved. So he went back to Children's Hospital. And Children's Hospital did a wonderful job in clearing up. Not clearing, but healing that stage 3. They was trying to keep him up there because there was other kids that was actually living there at the hospital. They had, you know, but Children's Hospital couldn't keep him. I feel as though if Children's Hospital would went on ahead and kept Dion there, him moving his leg, now he's responding. I think today would be a little bit different. He would have been 20-some years old, but he was 16 when he died. So he went to another facility somewhere in Kentucky. I couldn't even get to the facility because the department purposely did that. The other facility failed to keep his trach clear. He suffocated to death on his own mucus. They tried to do what they could. I did a video, and it's on YouTube. And I broke down. So I ended up with a nice wrongful death lawsuit. No amount of money can bring my child back. No amount. When I look at my first car out there, instead of that being that car that is today that I have, my son should be here. Living in a nice place, my son should be here enjoying that. You know? But y'all continuously keep putting shit on Facebook. Videos this, videos that. But you ain't taking time out to look at the people who originally destroyed the family. And that's what the department does. So no, I ain't no horrible parent as you think that I am. But you can't continuously keep putting that up there. And I personally do not care. These people, they sit back and laugh. And you know what? And after Dion's death, oh, I could get my kids back. Because the department know they fucked up. That's how they do, and that's how they operate.
My grandson got one of those hoverboard thingies. I loved it. That's where I found them, in a pile. We were trying to fly. It wasn't.
And to the African caseworker, you give me reasons and just cause on why I don't like Africans. Like most of you Africans say, you don't like us over here anyway. Y'all think y'all superior. Y'all think y'all can do whatever you want. Just because you come from the motherland, that don't mean nothing.
How do we make sure Kroger food is fresh? We put sensors on our coolers.
We just had different lives, but we related somehow through history.
Make sure Kroger food isn't just fresh. It's fresher than fresh.
But Africans really do treat us Africans Americans over here different and dog us out. But we got a bloodline history of being somewhat connected. So there you go, Miss Bella Lynn. Before you drag me in the mud on the internet, and you always say, I just want to hug this, hug that. Next time you ever see me, won't you try to ask for a hug, get a hug. You will get that. That's what you're seeking. You ain't trying to seek nothing. I had always wanted to hug you and tell you how much I love you. But you too busy just blast me on the internet, smear me out, they try to make me look bad. Without even trying to ask the truth about what went on.
We walked out holding hands deliberately to show you how incompatible we are in terms of holding hands.
I live with this every day for the rest of my life. I have a child that's a missing link, right along with the rest of the family.
For the record, my heels are not this high. I like this.
I love these shoes.
You do?
Yeah, these are painful.
Okay.
For each of my children, losing a sibling, each one acts differently. Anthony,
Beautiful shoe.
Thank you.
Again, I love this off center part. It's not even a side part. It's a center part.
Yeah.
it's taking too hard with him. I haven't seen the changes what he goes through, the things that he goes through. But he's doing okay though. But it affects him a great deal. Your sister Danielle,
With respect. Yes. Never comment.
he always be in her heart.
But were I to comment on it, I
She misses him.
thank you. Yeah. You think so?
Or Taz, he just so focused on video games. He just a gamer. Each of your siblings has an outlet and affects them differently.
Went out on a date. We went to see friends of ours.
New York. What's the great thing about New York?
Me, as a mother, carrying a child for 9 months, and had that wonderful joy,
Really just see the entire
and then to lose it,
line. It's so beautiful.
that's a permanent hurt, especially when it's caused by hate of an individual or individuals that was built and made out to destroy families.
That's right.
And I permanently and always will hate them.
Came home and I was doing my face.
So you continue on doing your dirt. You continue on putting your garbage up there about me that I'm this and I'm that. I'm going to leave it up there. I ain't going to take it down. Because I'm going to leave that as pure entertainment. That's your entertainment.
I go in like I was full.
Yeah.
So the next time you see me, you feel the need to call me by my first name, don't speak. Keep it moving. Don't say nothing to me, sweetheart. Don't say nothing to me. But I'm always going to love you. Always going to love you. You don't even have to introduce me to that little boy. It's cool and it's fine. It's cool and it's fine. You could tell him all the dirt and garbage that you want to. Now, who's the horrible parent when you got to go as far as threatening your kids, talking about that you're going to kill them, and now you don't have half of them?
I know it's your favorite.
Who's the horrible parent?
Big, thick, like crusty on the outside, soft on the inside.
That part wasn't great last night. I could figure that out.
The department got you thinking that I am a horrible parent, and I'm not.
This experience
See, all DHSs across the nation, all states, are designed and built on to destroy families, with a small percentage of getting families back. There's a lot of secrecy that lies with children's services. They're ready to get kids back to a crackhead, to a hoe, to any other badass parent. They'll get those kids back, put them back into abusive situations instead of putting the kids back into the rightful situations. Because I'm going to tell you, there are families out here that go through this right about now as I speak. There could be a jealous ass person out here that's calling children's services on somebody because of jealousy, envy, hate, because they don't got what the next person got, because they want to see that person fall down. There's people out here that actually do that. Even your own family would do that to you. You could be the goodest person out here, just out here making a good, honest, decent ass living, because they're not. They want to see you fall down and crash. Now they got caseworkers coming knocking at their damn doors. Well, we got a call about this, anonymous call about that you're not taking care of the kids, you're not at home, or you got somebody here abusing the kids or whatever. You know, you out all night long, you doing this and doing that, and it can come up with all these damn stories, and you just a good ass, whether you a man or a woman, husband, wife, or whatever, you at home, you taking good care of these damn kids, and you got a hater out here, or a hater in your family that want to up and just want to call the law or call children's services and just disrupt your damn happy ass home that you got going, and you take good care of your kids because somebody's not doing the same thing as you doing, and so they want to destroy your whole family. And then on top of that, and then once the kids get wrongfully removed, and you got to go to court, you got a fucking false ass case, and you fighting that shit, trying to get your kids back, and at the same daggone time, the kids don't even know what the hell is going on. Then now they start damaging them. Then they wonder why the hell they've been removed from their daggone home, from their daggone parents. And then all of a sudden, then you got the workers, or your mommy this, your daddy that, or they wasn't doing this and that, and now we're going to find you a good home to put you in, and then they go from a good home to a badass foster home that actually is not taking care of these kids, and they're actually abusing these kids, and most of these kids are ending up fucking ass raped, molested, beat up, and then they end up dead in the foster home due to false allegations.
So they won a couple $1 million or $1 million a piece. So
which is
$2 million a piece for a dollar power play. Those tickets were sold in Michigan, Ohio, and Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the question I have.
And my heart goes out to those who went through what I went through, and who probably is going through it right about now. I stand hard and strong against the department. If there was a way I could be an advocate for it, I would be. People need to stand strong against departments like that. Expose these damn caseworkers, these dirty ass caseworkers, these dirty ass GALs.
More likely that you are to be bitten by a shark, struck by lightning twice.
Because when they present that false stuff to a judge don't know if that shit is legit or true. They don't know. They don't know. Because I'm going to say this. Most of these caseworkers and GALs are criminals. They are. In my book, in my eyes, they are. When you do families out here wrong. There's somewhere out there, there's a child that's being abused by a parent or a parent, a grandparent, whoever. That needs to be rescued or saved. But most of you don't know how to handle that stuff. Y'all really don't. Y'all take them from abusive situation to another abusive situation. And then when these kids This is what gets me the most. When these kids get into foster homes, and most of them are bad. There's some good ones out there. Not too many. But the ones, when they sit there and try to make reports that the foster parent doing this, the foster parent doing that, they don't believe the child. But you believe a child when the child say, well, daddy did this, mommy did this, or blah, 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 whatever. Y'all believe that in a heartbeat. Child's removed just like that. But when the child get into a situation of a foster parent, y'all don't want to believe that shit. Nah, because they making money. They're making money. So, Miss Bella Lynn, I hope you have a splendid, wonderful, God-blessed day. I love all my kids, and I always have loved my kids. But it's you right now, sweetheart, that's messed up and jacked up in the head. Okay? Because you listen to anything and everything that somebody tells you, sweetheart. I'm going to continue on to do what I do as far as making videos, talk about certain things, certain subjects, putting people out there that do wrong. This is what I do. Okay? Love me, like me, hate me, I don't care. Have a wonderful, God bless day.